salutations, good people. And thank you for getting me to 76 episodes. Man, I'm excited as hell right now. I'm not even finna hold you, bro. But let's get to it. Welcome to the Logic Lounge with Freezy Jones. That's me, episode 76. Brought to you by the Brother Block Legend 7. Shouts out to Block. Shouts out to the legendary ING Records LLC. Yeah, yo, right now I'm so fucking geeked. Smooth sounds y'all were just grooving to in the background is my guest today. Now let me explain why this is so huge for me. This brother, this is kind of rooted to the tutor with it. I am a product of Knucklehead Avenue, meaning that I didn't get through public school. I had to receive my GED through college preparatory school. And this young brother was a student at this same school when I did work study there. And when I tell you, if you seen the promo or did your homework and looked at who he was, you can only imagine how I'm feeling looking at this dude right now. Like, this is crazy. I told him myself this was something long time coming, yo. I gotta say, I know the man is Jay Bake, the magnificent writer, but this man is known to the world now as John the author. When I tell you this dude is different, y'all know how I am. I show love to everybody that comes to the lounge, so I know it gets a bit repetitive, but I promise you I'm not bullshit when I say this young brother is different. He's different. His body of work is different. The man has been in the game for over 15 years. I am a witness to that. I feel like this man is a total threat, and the whole time he's not even looking to be. This man brain is so amazing. How about I just show y'all, let y'all see it y'allself. I'm about to invite this brother up, man. John Arthur, come and talk your shit, man. You don't see how he come in with the slick background. This is what I'm saying.
What's up, bro?
This is what I'm submissive. That's how you make an entrance, man. You get the slick background, then you pull up on the scene like, what's going on? Man, listen to me, brother. I meant every word I said to you, every word I text to you. I cannot explain my excitement right now this is like a time travel thing, because the whole time I'm doing my homework, brother, getting ready for today, I'm just remembering OHMC. And like, we are so far beyond that, no disrespect to it whatsoever. Just seeing you in these different set of eyes, brother, I am honored that you came to the lounge to share, part of your story, because it's so much. It's so much, man. I had to start off by saying, dude, I get a little emotional about it. To say I'm proud of you is an understatement. I know what you dealt with the time we shared with each other. I know. You were Teflon at times, brother. I couldn't be for you. And your music and your moves. I feel like the drunk uncle that you used to give 50 Cent back in the day, and I get to brag to all the homies. That my nephew right there.
Oh man, stop it. Stop it. Man. You trying to make me cry.
Nah, brother, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. This is beyond an honor for me, because this is more than just a show. This ain't just an episode for me today. This ain't just an episode at all. This is like, yo, I knew this dude. Like I say, I know Jay Bake. I get to meet John the author. That's a whole different level, bro. He know what I'm saying. Y'all can see it in his face. When I tell you this young man did not have it easy, I was there front row, and the music I hear, like I'm telling you, from I'm listening to the body of work from profound dope sounds up into sophisticated rap. I hear, I hear the talent, I hear the struggle, I hear the peace, I hear the acceptance, and now I hear the, you know what? Fuck it. This is what it
Do
is,
you hear the growth?
bro. I can't climb to where you are, sir. I
Oh
can't
man.
climb to where you are. See, and you have to
Hey,
understand growth. That's
we there
me,
together, man. We there
man.
together, bro.
And brother, you give me props, but I cannot fully accept that. You are exactly what a lot of people we need you. We need
Mm,
you. Life has kicked your ass straight up
mm.
and down. They look at that promo, they wouldn't know that. The people that send that know that just from me saying it. You don't show it, you Teflon. And I got to be the one to say it. I got to. Because I know this is crazy for me, and I really, really, really mean that, brother. These questions that I brung out, well, I put together for you, I really want to know because I'm like, yo, this dude never stopped. You never stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I slowed down a little bit. You know, you got to slow down sometimes, but never stop. Always keep going. You know what I mean?
That has been you from day one, brother. So let's get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Enough of the sentimental. I apologize, but I'm just grateful, y'all, because this young man is,
Hey,
man, listen.
you trying to make me cry, man? What's wrong with you, man? You bringing back memories, man.
Hey,
We came a long
partner,
way,
boy, we can
man.
speak. I do not mean it. It's just I'm excited, brother. So I'm gonna kick it off, man. The body of work, right? I want to kick it off with this. This could be a personal thing because, like I say, I know I've been there kind of since your. I don't want to say the beginning because you've been in it strong, but I've been there during the developing stage, if you will. When did you land on John the author? How did we go from Jay Bake to John the author?
Actually, I decided to change my name to John the Author just because I felt like it was more descriptive of where I was as an artist. You know what I mean? Jay Bake was like, okay, what type of rapper is he? You know, and a lot of times like people would mistake me for like a Snoop Dogg, like, oh, he must smoke a lot, right? Because of the bake.
Yeah,
And I was like, I don't smoke at all.
no, you
You
never
know what I
did.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Never did. So I'm like, okay, I need a name. I need a name that as soon as you hear it, you can equate it to something along the lines of the type of artist that I actually am. So I'm a wordsmith. I'm a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a writer. And then my middle name is author. You know, so John the author, the light bulb went off, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna run with that. That's how I came up with it because I was just tired of being confused as like this. You know, I always like even when people ask me, even when I tell people I rap, I feel some type of way just because the connotation around rappers, right? It's like if I walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, I'm a rapper," they'd be like, "Oh shit, what does he what does he have to talk about?" Right? It's like, it's just such a negative connotation around being a rapper. So I wanted to, I guess, differentiate myself from the average rapper by changing my name and just carrying myself different, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
No, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
Because you move like that, man. You have a different style, and you kind of answered the next question I had was in one of your songs you made mention that you don't like to be put in a box. So that kind of made me wonder how would you describe your style, but you just let me know, I'm a wordsmith, I'm a lyricist. Well, let me go a little deeper than that. With the type of songs that you make, right? You do not hide who you are at all. You do not have where you're from, what you've been through, and the way you present it to me is just different. It's different. It's familiar but different. For me, I am a huge fan of hip hop. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
Always have been. So I've always respected, like I say, I remember the Magnificent Writer. You know what I mean? Back in the day, and iPhone agrees apparently. I remember that. So what do you do what is the process John the author uses when it comes to making and creating your song?
Man, I don't. I've been making music for over 15 years now. I can't really say I have a process, man. I think it really like I just pick the pen up and I try to say uh, what I feel. You know, I always ask God to guide my pen, and I was just recently in the studio last week with my boy Justin Famous and Jay Artist. Shout out to them. And we were working on a song, and we wanted the song to be about, you know, like this. Initially, the song was going to be about this girl, and she can't like really take any man serious because the last man broke her heart, right? And we had came up with the hook in the studio, and I'm like, all right, y'all, give me about 2 days. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna write the verses and come back. So I went home and like I sat down and I asked God to guide my pen. And as I'm writing this verse and I'm trying to like kiss this girl's ass and like make it seem like the nigga she was with ain't shit and how she should give me a chance, I'm like, yo, that ain't really where my spirit's been at. Like that ain't really what I've been experiencing out here on the dating scene. Like I've been experiencing a lot of encounters with women where they low key was the toxic ones. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was low key they fault that they ain't got no man. You know what I'm saying? And like, so I'm like, I can't force myself to write about an experience that I'm not experiencing. So I wrote a verse talking about how like I can't fuck with you because you low key ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna, you know, and like I'm gonna leave right now. I don't even want your pussy. You know what I mean? Like it's because the song transformed into me dating intentionally. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And then like what I love about when I'm able to write like that is because like I come out of those type of sessions a better man, a better person. Because I realized after writing that it's like, yo, when a man starts dating intentionally, he's a powerful motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when I start seeing like, oh, this is what I want, and you not, I can't. You know what I mean? That's been my process my whole life. Like I'll sit down and say like I want to write about this, but as I think more and more about it, I'll realize that I don't even feel the way I thought I initially felt, and the song come out completely different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy, really. It's crazy.
What I get from that is it's natural. You let it flow, like all the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling one way, you may start something and say, okay, this is where we're going with it. But once you get there and it don't sit right with you, you don't ignore that feeling. I've been guilty for that. Pushing
Mm-hmm.
something instead of going for the natural feeling. You're like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
This is not what
or
I'm feeling anymore.
yeah, and like when I do features with people, like I did a feature before where you know they wanted me to rap about something, and like I didn't necessarily agree with like what they wanted me to rap about,
Yeah.
but I talked about it from my point of view, right? So it's like you can't be mad at someone. Like if you want me to be a part of this, you know, the song, I'm gonna bring my point of view to it, and they loved
Yeah.
it. They loved it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. That's the only way though. That it's only right. It's only right, man. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. You tell somebody to come and share a track with you, you shouldn't look to change them in no type of way. Like if I'm coming for John the author, I want John the
You
author.
want
You know what I'm
that
saying?
perspective?
Straight up and down. And
Yeah.
then we're breaking that name down. See, I love it. Because when I asked you what got you into your field, you said, and I put right in there, the gift of perspective. Can you
Yeah.
please elaborate on that for me, sir? What do you mean by that?
Um, I talk about that a lot now because I think that's what when you lift the hat of an artist up, that's what's under there, right? And I don't care if you're a rapper, I don't care if you're a singer, I don't care if you're a poet, I don't care if you're a painter, I don't care if you're whatever. Like all artists have the gift of perspective, right? So all my verses, all of my songs, is how I perceive the world. A painter, when you look at their pictures, their paintings, that's how they perceive the world. A poet, when you listen to their poems, that's how they perceive the world. That's how they look at what's going on around them, process it, and they put it in art and share it with other people. So the gift of perspective is that, comedians are artists, right?
Yeah.
They sit around, notice little funny shit, and then they put it in jokes, get on stage, and make everybody else see what they saw. That's what an artist is at its core.
Yeah.
Now, the problem, and I don't want to get into talking about problems, but I'll just say the difference between an artist and an artist imitator is people who try to create things they see artists create at the surface, right? Without having that gift of perspective. So they're mimicking artists at the surface, but they don't really have the perspective to bring new insights to the conversation or to
It's
the forefront.
like autopilot. It's almost like following trends. It's like, what I mean?
Following trends. Where the real artist is creating them.
Yeah.
But it's hard because there's a lot of pain sometimes that go into, perception. Because you gotta sit your ass down sometimes, and you gotta live. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love. You gotta get hurt. You know what I mean? You gotta do a lot to really get that experience to sit your ass down and put it on the pad, or put it on a painting, or put it in a poem.
Let me tell y'all, this man is one of the greatest young minds you will ever encounter. And it has been like that since I've known him. Like your ways are still the only difference. And I have to say it that I see now, back in the day, that you've always had a way about yourself where you're calm. You lead with a peace in the way, but you're not ducking anything else. I can just see, I do see that growth. When you ask me that, now I can honestly answer that I see beyond growth. Because you're still that same person to me. It's almost like the older family members in my family. I'm 42 years old. You know what I mean? They gonna still see Lil Vincent. They gonna still see him. I see Jake Bake, but man, I'm seeing John the author in a different light, and listen,
Man,
I'm gonna keep it going.
You've always been. You talk about growth, man. You've always been up here to me because you're just such a humble, good-spirited person, man. And I love it. That's why anything you need, every time you reach out to me, man, I'm always going to be there, man.
He ain't lying about that, y'all. Look, I was waiting. And when I tell you this man's schedule is not to be played with, he is a very busy man. He said just that. Threw me off. I was just like, because I respect it. I respect the time. I know you, man, you've been grinding since high school. You know what I mean? You've never sat still. So, man, the honor is mine, and thank you for the roses, brother. But I plan on giving you all yours because, as I said, I feel you're needed. People like you are needed in this game, man, because we are dealing with a whole bunch of followers. The leaders are becoming extinct. The acceptance of a lot of things is beyond crazy. I didn't think the Twilight Zone was real until, maybe 10 years ago. I would say within the last 10 years, it has been the craziest that I can honestly remember. And just to still see that there is still that old school, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing going on.
Yeah.
Man, I'm appreciative of that. I'm absolutely appreciative of that. I want to dissect your albums from the body of work that I got to see. As I said, look, I come prepared. I got the notes. Now, of course, this doesn't count the underground. This is just what I was able to grasp from my research. I see that Profound Dope Sounds was in 2015. We have the rapper who sat by the door
Mhm.
that came the following year, 2016. Then we got Burn the Books. Oh my God, that I want to know about that so bad. 2018. Then we landed with Sophisticated Rap 2023, and we got this new banging ass single that I use for the promo, y'all, which is Clean Sweep.
Yeah.
My question, mentally, where were you with each of those projects? Not the Clean Sweep being that's a single, because there's a different shine in each album.
Mhm.
On
Yeah.
those four projects. Can you kind of take me to where you were mentally in creating those projects?
Mhm. Before I get into talking about those, I think you named about 4 projects, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
Profound Dope Sounds, The Rap Who Sat by the Door, Burn the Books, and Sophisticated Rap. That's 4 projects.
Yes, sir.
There are 3 projects that never made it to the DSPs, that were, I believe it was called Young and Restless. That was my very first album that I released when I was 18 years old. Fresh out of
Okay.
California. And then there was Young and Restless, and then I did a album called Chicago Will Burn that never made it to
Oh,
the DSP. And then, okay, 2 albums, and then that's when I created Profound Dope Sounds. I think every album was where I was at in life. It was where I was at in life. Young and Restless, I was this 18-year-old kid, just graduated high school. I went to college, right? Because that's what they said you're supposed to do when you graduate high school. I spent a year in college, but my mind was on music. My mind was on music. And one day I was in music class, right? Because I went to Columbia, and the
yeah.
teacher said, if you want to make it in the music industry, you really don't need college. And so I said to myself, what the hell am I paying y'all $30,000 a year for? You know? So I left I left college, and I truly became young and restless, right? I became an entrepreneur. I became a father as well. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I followed my dream. That's what Young and Restless was. And then it also was what Profound Dope Sounds was. Because as I continued to just navigate the local music scene, I found myself. I found what type of music I wanted to create. I would always go to like open mics. I don't know if you remember the era or the time period. I'm talking about circa 2012, 2013, where we had like guys like Chief Keef and Chance the Rapper popped around that time too. But it was
It
just
was
like
like
what?
Vic.
It was
That was
King
more so Vic
Louis,
Mensa. Yep.
all
King
of
Louis,
that
Vic
type of
Mensa,
stuff.
all that. Yep.
And a lot of people were going through Chicago really looking for that type of rap. And I was in a lot of like the open mics. Like I would go to Adriana's. You remember
Yes,
Adriana's?
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
was I was up there at all the open mics, bro. I was
I can believe it.
performing in there. I met meeting Young Chop and all of these. You know what I'm saying? They had egos and all of that shit. I was like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I didn't understand shit at that time. But like I was in the same spaces, and I just realized that like I'm not that type of guy. Like I'm not gonna make music about killing people. I'm not gonna make music about um, just living an unhealthy lifestyle. Instead, I'll rather make profound, dope sounds, and that was
Okay.
that album.
Okay.
And then in that era of my life, I believe a lot of other stuff transpired with not just me, but with the country, right? So we talking about Trayvon Martin. You know what I'm
Sir.
saying? We're talking about America backlashing from the fact that they had a black president, right? You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
And
Yes,
we
sir.
and then like and it's happening right before our eyes, and not just before our eyes, but on the news as well, across all of the media. And a lot of young people during that time period were amped up, especially the artists, and
Yeah.
especially me.
Yeah. I can believe.
I always grew up with a little bit of pro-blackness in me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, Chicago has really always been big on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we live right. I'm from the east side. We grew up right down the street from the mosques, from the
Yes,
Nation
sir.
of Islam.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? From the FOI. I went to the school when I was a shorty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But even the most ignorant Chicago nigga know a little bit about Black history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's real.
Way more than like the guys and whatever else, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my activist stage, you know what I mean? Like my revolutionary stage in life created The Rapper Who Sat by the Door, which is of course a play on Sam Greenlee's book, The Poet Who Sat by the Door. And I believe this album is actually a lot of people's favorite. It was in circa 2016, I believe.
Yep. 2016. I have it in my notes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so that was my activist stage.
Okay.
And then I started to realize that a lot of so-called activists were PG-13 activists. They were rated G.
Yeah.
They weren't rated R. And a lot of activism in its core is just like people living outside, choosing to live outside the matrix, but they really still in the matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So,
and delusion.
Yeah. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to change the system. I just want a better position within it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
And when I realized all of that shit, I was like, yo, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have been deceived, you know? And that's when I created Burn the Books.
Oh. You segue.
Burn the Books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unlearn everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we've been taught, false to a certain extent, of course.
No,
and that's
absolutely.
what Burn the Books was. But one thing I am proud about that era, I think every Black person should have that time in their life where they're really curious about Black history. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like, even, like, I don't think
you should want to know.
Yeah, every Black person should have that phase of like, yo, what the fuck really happened with us in America? You know what I'm saying? And you want to learn that shit, take that shit, and go be great. You don't want to get stuck there, or else you'll end up like Amanda Seales and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you want to still have that. You still want to go through that phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after I figured out everything that was going on, I'm like, all right, fuck all this shit. I ain't finna live my life for this dumbass shit. I'm finna make my life dope. You know what I'm saying? And be, focus on what I need to focus on. I graduated. I grew. I'm a man now. I created sophisticated rap. And here we are today. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody didn't like what I said about
that iPhone. Hey, let them
hate. Sorry. And that's where we are now.
And that's where it's gonna stay, I believe. I believe you're here now. Do you feel that you have room? There's now. Don't mistake this question because I know you'll challenge it. There's always room for growth, but do you feel comfortable here now, or do you feel John the author will go to another plateau as well? With the way you just broke down your body of work with that, even with the 2 more projects that I was unaware of, is this it for John the author as far as the image, the style, or are you still leaving that room open to become something else?
I always leave it open. Always leave it open. It ain't over until I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Man created that whole retiring thing. God ain't create that. The job God give you, you can't retire from. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You retire from those jobs when you die.
Yes, sir.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
God wanted storytellers to speak until they did. You know what I'm trying to say?
I do. I'm laughing because I feel like you've been sitting here with me, Jay, while I was creating this. Because you, in the way you're answering the questions that I have, but I gotta ask anyway, the way you make your music, you do not make them with the intent of getting someone to like you. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I could never say that you are the artist. So I want to ask this question. Is the message, in your opinion, more important than the dollar when it comes to you?
Yes, of course. Of
But you see how
course.
you said, of course, that's not a of course thing, and you know that. Do you know how many other people would think the other? That we just said it. There's so many trend followers, not setters. There are so many people still afraid to hear no, Jay. They're still
Hmm.
afraid to hear no. So when you say that, what puts you there? What puts you at that stage where you're like, you know what? You're either gonna get this shit or you won't. Either way, the mission goes on. What keeps you at that level?
Ask me the question more specifically.
So you explained to me in the beginning profound sounds, right? And the
Hmm.
albums in between there. You went from that person that grew up in poverty. You know, we still had some of that anger. You got through that. You got into your activist stage, right? You go
Yeah.
into this stage, you realize, like you say, these dudes are PG. They ain't even rated R with it. You saying, I'm not with this. I land into sophisticated rap, right?
Hmm.
And now I have to use my opinion. In my opinion, that's like the top level
Hmm.
to me. I personally, and I don't, because this is for lack of better words, I do not mean that you can't get any better. I just feel like when it comes to that style, it doesn't get any better. Let me rearrange it then. I think I might see where you're at. Let me say this. Let me say this. Since you say the message is more important than the dollar, right? Because that was the original question.
To me, yeah.
To you, I should ask you just why is that? Why is the message more important than the dollar to you?
I've been doing music for over 15 years now. I do pretty well for myself. You know, I'm not the richest nigga in the world, you know what I'm saying? But I'm able to take care of my responsibilities. And it's not because of music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
music doesn't pay my bills. I've tried a lot of things to make music more profitable than it has been for me. But I don't think that because it hasn't been as profitable for me, that I should give the gift away. You know, that I should throw my pen down. A lot of there's gonna be there, and I think what you're talking about is like artists making it commercially, right? And like there's gonna be more artists who don't make it commercially than there are gonna be artists who do.
Yeah.
So if all the artists that don't make it commercially put financial success at the top of their list, it doesn't end well in so many ways to me. So I think it's important for us to like value the message, and serve the actual gift, right? And what did I say the actual gift is? Perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I
Yeah.
can't I can't continue to create what I've been creating if I'm sitting up here talking about money and, you know, financial stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And on top of that, nigga, it's like so many other ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? And I think growing up, coming from where we come from,
Yeah.
the way that success has been presented to us, it's like either you're an entertainer or you're an athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't say you could, like, coming up from the 90s and like being a child of the 90s and like the early 2000s, we didn't see a lot of business owners on TV. We didn't see a lot of business owners in the movies that we watched. We saw drug dealers, basketball players, and rappers. And that's what a young black man is going to see himself as in society. It's only when you grow up that you realize, like, hey, I can be more. I can be more. There's more millionaires that don't rap walking this fucking earth than do.
That's real.
So I think it's small-minded for us to continue looking at entertainment and athleticism as the only key to success in our community, because I low-key believe that's what they want us to believe. And we pull up in our neighborhoods and we go into that little Chinese restaurant and we don't realize that the motherfucker who owned the restaurant is a millionaire.
Yeah.
And we go to that little corner store, that bodega or whatever, and we don't realize that that little Arab motherfucker is a millionaire, him and his whole family. You know what I'm saying? I rap because I'm nice, bro. That's it. That's it, bro. At this point in my life.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say for now about that.
No, yeah, real talk, but you know what? That is absolutely huge. Do you know that makes it to where there's no way that anyone could beat you? It's kind of like the same theory, man. I seen a video not too long ago, where this guy, Sirius Jones, the battle rapper, was paying homage to O Solo, and he was saying, "How do you beat the person that thinks this whole shit is a joke?" Not saying that for you, but how do you beat a person that's just like, man, it's not my main source, and I still beat your ass in this? Because John, your pen is listen, John, I'd spar with you and still be worried. You hear me? You know I love the pen. I've seen it, so it's just that is absolutely powerful. And because I know you got so much knowledge up there, I want to ask you something, man. Because you hit me with something. This is the first time ever I ask every guest that comes here, what's the interesting thing about them? You share with me that you absolutely love the art of hip hop, love the art of rap, but not the culture. So, in your opinion, what is wrong with the culture, according to John the Author?
I'll save us time by saying what's not wrong with the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think the main thing that's wrong with the culture is it's misleading, to the youth. You know what I mean? And by the time that the youth realize that they were misled, they're in their 30s or 40s, and now they got to play catch up. I think that's
real.
And this is coming from a young black man from the south side of Chicago, right? Sir. Who grew up through the, I'm a tough ass nigga era. And luckily I had a strong enough support system to help me snap out of that shit soon enough. Yeah. But it's a lot of niggas who just now snapping out of that shit, and they 30, 35, 40, whatever, and they can't, and you know what I'm saying? And they like, damn, hip hop, you tricked me. I was trying to be tough these past 15 years. I was trying to be like Cameron. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be like Lil Wayne. I was trying to be like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg make millions of dollars smoking weed every day. I don't make shit. I'm just high all the time, and I can't focus. And I'm always sleepy, and I can't get a fucking job because my piss is dirty. But Snoop Dogg they'll pay Snoop Dogg, one man, millions of dollars to influence millions of children to smoke weed.
Dang.
It's only successful to him, for him. But look at the return on their investment into him. That's my problem with hip hop. A small pool of black people become successful to influence the larger pool of black people to waste their fucking lives.
Do y'all get it now? Do y'all get it? I was at work study with this young man. He was that militant then. And it's only gotten beautiful, just a beautiful version of work.
And then we talk about these niggas like they're legends. Legends to who?
You heard what they said. Talk that shit, man.
I don't know, man. I do know, but what the fuck? You know?
Nah, this is what I mean by this is needed, man. Listen, I just got saved. Now, you know, as you said, I've always been that fun-loving dude, goofy dude from Chatham. You know what I'm saying? But there were a lot of things I was unaware of. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Block Legend 7 for the teachings and things because I'm getting I'm relearning everything, John. Everything. And that didn't happen for me to brother. I made 42 April 19th. This just started happening for me roughly 37. 37. And I'll be the first, the only way I could say, you know, I wasn't cliche with it. Nah, I'm not in this boy in the street trying to be tougher than what I am. None of that. But it was like I still was blinded and thought I had it figured out.
And look, they preyed on young black men in the 90s and in the 2000s. I see now that the hip hop culture is preying on young black women. Right? Right? Where they gave us gangster rap and we had to like go through our youth and get grown to realize that it was all a trick and like, you know what I mean? It was like not worth investing our time and energy into. Young, vulnerable black girls, if they don't have a strong enough like family support system, they're gonna go through their teenage years and their early 20s thinking it's cool to be a hoe. And they ain't gonna snap out of it until they like fucking 30 and 40. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna go through their 20s and 30s thinking it's cool to be sexy red and like lotto or whatever. Like so now hip hop is shifted from all right, let's not poison the mind of young black men no more. Let's poison the mind of the young black women.
Yeah.
You know, and of course they're not gonna get all of them because if you got a mom and a dad at home, you're good. But the ones who don't have that support system gonna become that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's my problem, like I said, with the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like how these old ass niggas will get on television and defend it. Talking about 50 years of hip hop. But I'm still a rapper. So I love the art, but the culture is trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah. So with that, if we know you say you still a rapper, and if you feel like that, when it comes to John the author, the artist, what's the point? Respect. What's the point? You say you nice, you rap because you nice, but is this the equivalent of you going to the gym then? Is this like, you know, you got to work the muscle type of situation?
Well, I think, and that's the thing. I think all artists need to remember, don't throw your gift away. Never throw the gift away. You know what I mean? Too many, and that's the reason why so much of the toxicity prevails, because the righteousness don't want to be bothered. And rightfully so sometimes, like, you know, and rightfully so. Like, who wants to like combat toxicity? Who wants to sit up and fight ignorance all day? I don't, and I'm not.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah,
not.
real.
But like, I'm not gonna throw my gift away because of the pollution. I'm gonna create what I create. I'm gonna do my best to put it out. You know what I'm saying? And because I have faith in God, it's gonna reach who it needs to reach.
Mm.
I was doing a podcast with my boy Justin Famous and Jay Artist this weekend. Shout out to them once again. And I was talking about the nature of music. And the nature of it is to bring people together, right? Prior to the radio, prior to television, prior to a mass culture, right, where you got millions and millions of people trying to live under one law, music was for your tribe. Music
Yeah.
was for your village. I'm talking about small communities of maybe 200-300 people. It brought people together in the name of something beautiful.
Yeah.
In the name
Yeah.
of like, yo, nigga, all our crops came in. Let's celebrate tonight. It's gonna be a feast.
Yeah.
It got people on one page in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
in remembering that helps me continue to be a musician and understand that it ain't about how many people I reach. It's about reaching my people. I don't want to reach everybody because everybody ain't my fucking people.
Yeah.
Some niggas don't want to get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To see, you don't understand, brother. I'm watching the plant grow. I don't mistake my silence. The silence is just, I'm proud as shit right now. I'm proud as fuck because, yo, Jeffrey, man, it wasn't easy to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? It just to see what comes out of that, to hear how you talk, the acceptance that you have of it with not accepting the shit. You're like, man, okay, y'all could be fooled. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Go play over there. But I'm gonna chill over
It
here.
ain't about where you from. It's about where you at.
Man, listen. How did, and this is me knowing you back in the day. How did fatherhood change you, sir?
It reluctantly made me more responsible. I threw reluctantly in there because at first, man, I was fucked up. The first 2 years, I was like, God damn it, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be out here going crazy. But I grew to realize the blessing, you know what I'm saying, and the gift that I was given. And I'm so proud. I'm so happy that I have 2 beautiful daughters. You know what I'm saying? I spent all of my 20s doing what I did out here in the music scene, but having a family to go home to. And I think that balanced me out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It gave me, it helped me become more focused. And I was laughing with my cousin. He's been married like since he was like young, and I was laughing with him the other day. And I was like, man, I'm out here single now, and it's tough. And I think part of it is like it's hard for a man to focus when he don't know where his next nut coming from. Man, I don't mean to go there, but I'm just like, yeah, man. I think being a father at such a young age and like having responsibility and being settled down, it helps you focus. You know what I mean? It's a reason why they don't want no single president of the United States. Like, nah, nigga, you gotta have a wife somewhere, nigga. We don't want you. You know,
That makes sense. Because it'll be thrown at him. It already is.
Oh, he the president? He fucking everything. Nigga, you the president. And you single. You getting the motherfucking diplomatic immunity. You can't nobody. That Monica Lewinsky shit would have just been like, so what, nigga? I'm single. You know what I'm saying? But because he was married, it was wrong. I'm just talking shit right now.
Nah, man, talk your shit. That's what it's here for, man. And before we wrap it up, man, I wanted to leave my another proud moment I had, man, is when I was doing the promo, getting everything ready for the team to get set up. I was looking at what video I was gonna pull, and I looked, and I seen something that said the Authors Lounge. Tell me about that, because there's no way, brother. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. There's no way we could have known either one of us was thinking that. So when I saw that, you just don't know. It was just like super proud. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Tell me about the whole Artist Lounge thing. What is that? Is that something we gonna consistently get? How did it come about, man? Put me
Yeah,
on.
it's gonna be consistent. And by the way, man, you know, great minds think alike, man. We cut from the same cloth, bro.
All day, son.
You
All day.
But yeah, shout out to my manager, Gina. She's actually on with us right now. Shout out to her.
Salute.
You know, she's like one of the best organizers that I know. She'll put together a show in like 3 days on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, Authors Lounge was just something that I wanted to do to just showcase sophisticated hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I got a live band. You know, I love playing in intimate spaces where I get to just vibe. And then like once we get done, you get to just walk around and we all family. You know what I'm saying? And we just get to enjoy each other's presence. You know, so that's what Authors Lounge was about. It was about creating a space that people can come out to and sit down and enjoy themselves. I'm not gonna jump up and like run around the stage and act like a buffoon. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna give you these bars. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring your lady friend out.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna sip some wine, and you're gonna get some sophisticated rap at Authors Lounge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was about, and I'm gonna do more. I'm actually gonna do more Authors Lounge shows in the future. So if anybody's watching and they wanna, you know, stay in tune with that, just make sure you follow me and
Oh, they gonna see it. When I chop it up, I'm gonna throw it all in their face.
yeah.
And look, Fleazy gonna be at one of them. I'm gonna be the one in the back eating cheese fries and shit. I'm gonna be the reason John
We're gonna
Yevon
do you
needs to stop
better
eating that
than
shit
that, boy.
on
We're
the
gonna have
ground.
some grilled chicken fries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're gonna take care of you, brother. Matter of fact, it's gonna be some sweet potato fries, my brother.
Oh
We're
damn.
gonna go out
You
like that.
you trying to make me not lead in there. Now you won't be able to
We don't want you to leave, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in that joint.
Yes, sir.
I'm in that joint. I'm in that joint. Now, is it primarily you, or would there be guests? Will you have people there to vibe with you, or is it just John the Author thing and we rocking with you?
As I do it, I really want to create a show. So I want to create a show that I take on the road. I am looking for like artists who have a similar sound, so that we can, you know, take the show on the road together. But as of right now, it's more so like Authors Lounge. To me, it's like where you come to experience John the Author live. You know.
Okay.
So that's the idea currently. Yeah.
Y'all heard it here first, man. That's what it is, man. Upcoming projects other than we know we on the lookout for the Artist Lounge. Is there anything upcoming? Because
Authors Lounge.
Just Authors, not the Authors Lounge.
The Authors Lounge or Authors Lounge, whichever you want. You can use it interchangeably.
And it's okay.
Interchangeably.
Okay. Well,
Authors Lounge, not artists. Authors.
Oh damn! I meant to say author. I said artist. That was on me. Why would you say artist and you know it's Authors Lounge, man? You slipping, John.
It's all good, bro. Players fuck up.
It's, you know what I mean? Just today, I'm going to let that slide. Clean Sweep the single.
Mm-hmm.
Is that attached to a new project?
Not as of now. It was just a really dope single.
So it's not. So what do we have? Do we have an upcoming project coming?
I just released Sophisticated Rap. I'm gonna continue promoting that. I have been working with some some good friends, and we've been creating some dope stuff. So I'm looking forward to just releasing some singles in the coming months and stuff like that. But yeah, as of now, like the project that people got to live with, I think it's Sophisticated Rap, at least for the year. And I think that's a
Yeah,
quality project to like really enjoy. You know what I'm
it
saying?
really is,
So it's
bro.
no
It's
rush.
not
I don't
one
think there's
week
a
track
rush
on it.
to put out any new music.
Sophisticated rap that it's classic to me. I am in the process of catching up, you know what I mean, with your work. But I love it. I love it. I love the sound. Salute, of course, is my favorite, which I feel like I kind of got cheated into that because that's what introduced me to sophisticated rap. Like I saw the video and the whole thing, the feel of it just made me gravitate to it.
What song
So
you
I'm gonna tell
talking
you, man,
about?
I think
Talking about?
Salute.
Oh yeah.
Salute, man, listen. Salute, you went there. It's so many lines. So many lines. I caught you just to free you. That's one that just took me
Yeah.
out. You have on one of your projects, forgive me for which one, and then I'm gonna get you out of here, brother. Obstacles. Is that on Burn the Books? I believe that's Burn the Books.
That's
It's
on Burn the
Obstacle,
Book. Yeah,
Burn
yeah.
the Book. That's my final question for tonight. Is there a story to obstacles? I feel like you were in a teaching moment. The reason I say that, I did hear the part where you stumbled and you explained to us at the end of that song that, I kept that in there. Like, were you in your teaching moment there? Do you feel like when you say you will find your tribe, the ones that you find, right?
Mm.
What do you want them to get from that?
It's okay to fall. It's okay to fall, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get back up and you keep going. Like I told you when you just stumbled recently, I said players fuck up. You a
Hmm.
player. Even though you fucked up, you still a player. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And it's okay. It's okay to make those mistakes. I think a lot of times, and I've made this mistake not once, not twice, but multiple times. Like I've effed up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've basked in the mistake that I made too long.
Mhm.
And when I did come up out of that, I look back like, damn, I took too long getting up out of that, getting up out of that thing. But
Yeah.
now I realize, yo, don't be too hard on yourself. Ain't nobody out there perfect. Even the nigga walking around saying he is. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
All these niggas is flawed. Even your
Yeah.
idols. Even the nigga you look up to. Everybody's flawed.
That's another
Everybody's
line you
flawed.
put in there
Don't
too.
be too hard on yourself, bro.
Yes, sir.
Just keep going.
Yes,
It's only a
sir.
problem when you stop. And not only it's so crazy. Sometimes you gotta know when to stop. Sometimes you might do need to just stop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. That's a deeper conversation to be had, but I don't want to ramble. I don't want to go on a rant.
Man, listen, I need you to know this can't be your first time on the Logic Lounge. This should be your only time on the Logic Lounge. I want that. Again, I meant it. This is needed. This is needed. To me, this is the true epitome of well-rounded. I'm honored to say I had John the author in the Logic Lounge. You know what I mean? Chilling, talking this shit, talking that real shit.
Yeah.
You're not following any trend, you're setting them. And I think you're doing an amazing job at doing it. I'm honored to see where you are, and I'm excited to see where you go. Straight up and just
I received
straight up.
that. I received that, bro.
And I just appreciate you taking this time uh, to let me talk to you, to let me get that, to let me see you ain't doing good, man. You're doing great. And that's
So are you,
beautiful.
brother. So are you, man.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. And that, as you say, hey, we in this together, cut from the same cloth. We've been through the same mud, sir. So I just this felt good. This was personal. This is I look at this show just like you look at your art. I really this is not about, oh man, are they gonna tune into this? I don't care respectfully.
Yeah,
I needed
yeah,
this to happen. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I needed to have this because this sit across once was at a school tape.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And now I'm
yeah,
looking at a dope ass background of my brother's home, and I'm in front of a backdrop with my fucking face
yeah,
on it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And I like it. It's fly too.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? With the
fly,
city
bruh.
of Chicago in my eyes, sir.
Yeah, the city is yours, bruh.
Hey, listen, man, look, it's ours, sir. It's
Keep being
ours.
great, King.
Man, you do the
Keep being
same,
great.
brother. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here tonight?
Um, Man, I got almost 5,000 Instagram followers, but every time I post, they only show it to like 200 people. So, like, I would say, man, if you really want to keep up with me, man, send me a message. Um, send me a message, a DM, and I will send you my texting link. I would love for people to join my text messaging list. So and what you'll get from that is whenever I release a song, whenever I release a video or some new content, you'll get a text message to your phone, and you can, directly just like click on that and keep up with what I got going on as an artist, opposed to me having to post on Instagram and hoping that they show it to you. You know what I mean? So I would love
That's
to just like directly be able to connect with people who want to support me and like what I create. So if you want to support me and you like what I create, just send me a DM. I'll hit you back with the actual number that you can text, and it'll automatically add you to my text messaging list.
y'all heard it here, and you're gonna hear it again once it's done by the editing, and I'm gonna have clips up there. You're gonna see it.
Yeah.
There you have it. If y'all are not following this brother, please take the time out to him. Like I say, hip hop is not dead. I don't care what nobody say. You know what? Before I finally let you go,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know your opinion on something.
What's up?
What is John the Author's feelings about this Drake and Kendrick back and forth? I'm just curious. That just popped in my head before we even get out of here.
Well, I think they're gonna cancel each other out because Drake did exactly what we expected Drake to do, and Kendrick did exactly what we expected Kendrick to do. Drake's this song was a fucking like a dance record that like it you can bop to it. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick's this record was something that you got to sit your ass down and listen to. They both like did what they do. You know what I mean? And what like it's always gonna just boil down to who likes who more. I'm more so
Nah, that's what
leaning
it.
towards I'm more so leaning towards Kendrick because that's the type of guy that I am. But that doesn't mean that Drake's this wasn't dope. It just means that like I like what Kendrick talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that there's something to be said about Drake being one of the biggest hip hop artists, but like he never wants to speak on black issues, right? He's the perfect mold of what they want, you know what I mean, a hip hop artist to look like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they always wanted the culture.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? He's the perfect mold of someone who could take it for him, right? Like he's half white, he's half black. He doesn't really have the authentic American black experience,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he can still say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because technically he's black. But
Right.
hip hop was created from the American mud. the American black mud, where it's like, nigga, you have a responsibility to speak up for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have a if you're gonna be the king of this shit, you have a responsibility to speak up for us. But too many, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't feel that obligation to do so. So I'm more so leaning towards Kendrick, because Kendrick is like, nigga, Kendrick has been doing that his whole fucking career. So culturally, I have to support Kendrick, because we as a people get more from Kendrick being the king than we do Drake. Drake's just gonna give us dance records. Kendrick is gonna speak truth to power. So politically, it makes more sense for me to support Kendrick. But some niggas,
I didn't know.
Some niggas are saying it that deep, and I don't think it's that deep either, because at the end of the day, it's really just entertainment, and none of these niggas is politicians. They don't change they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't fucking change nothing.
Right.
But it's just entertainment. So I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. But I'm hoping that Kendrick makes some real points on Drake, you know, poke some real holes in him, to at least make him say, you know what, I do have a responsibility to this culture that I keep saying I'm the king of. I can't just keep fucking all the bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's some shit. You really just put a whole different scenario in my mind. I didn't look at it like that. So it was the reason why I asked you that question. Of course, I was going with Kendrick off top because of my love for the pen and my love for the joust, my love for the battle, as opposed to I'm not a big fan of cockiness. The only cocky I deal with is like if you joking with it. I feel there's a difference between cockiness and confidence. You know what I mean? There's only one artist that's cocky that I laugh at because I just find it funny, and that's Ross. Ross is very cocky in his music. I just think it's funny. Like
Ross, excuse me, I'm drinking wine. Ross has more classic albums than Drake, bro. Unpopular.
No, Ross. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
Drake got more hits, but Ross got Teflon Don. He got Mastermind. He got Port of Miami.
That was my favorite, the first one.
He got classic albums, bro. Ross might be in one of my top 5s, bro. He might be in if not my top 10 for sure.
Yeah. He definitely, like I say, the cockiness, that's the only one I can take with. A lot of people say Cameron's cocky. I don't think so. That's that confidence because I'm a Cameron fan. I am. I've always been a Diplomat fan, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. And that's that, people. Man, again, brother, I thank you so much for spending this time with me, man. Sharing the lounge with you. This is again, this is personal. And it needs to happen again, man. I want to keep in tune with you. I want you to continue to have great success. Yeah. All right. He used to write again all day.
I enjoyed sitting and just talking to my brother, man.
That's what I wanted, man. And I was able to do that. Brother, keep making that fire music you're making. It's needed. Keep that message going, man. I just can't wait to see what's next. I just can't wait to see what's next. Man. For real. I want to thank everybody that came in and rocked with us today, man. Again, on my side, if y'all are not following John, the author, fix that immediately. Check this brother out. He already told you how to keep in tune with him, so we know when the newest shit is coming out, because I'm already on it. So I need you to follow behind me, man. And just thank you for tuning in to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones, episode 76, brought to you by Block Legend 7. Shouts out to the General. Yo, John, I'm going to end it how I always end it, brother. I tell him living off good instinct counts, so always keep your logic. Y'all be smooth, man. Appreciate you, brother. We out.
Bro.